That's a spider. I'm like, when is it gonna rain? Is it gonna rain or not? Because if it's not gonna rain, then I need to water my plants. But it does feel like it's gotten warmer. It does feel a little bit warmer because it was cold yesterday. What is this? You know what? Do one more just to be on the safe side. It might help if you put your glasses on. Pull that through. Let me put my glasses on. No, I didn't comb my hair today. In case you're wondering, I didn't feel like putting no gel on it today because, for one, I need to wash it, and I don't think we're going anywhere today. So, let's start this. I don't think I needed three, but you know what? We started it. We're gonna roll with it. That's why these stitches be looking weird because I'm probably not starting it correctly. Now y'all know we come on here every day around about the same time, and y'all don't be here. It be taking y'all forever to come up in here. But that ain't y'all fault. That's YouTube fault, though, for not sending out notifications like they should. Cause we gotta talk about some of that stuff that Diddy is going through. Like, I didn't realize the charges were, well, I should have known that the charges were really bad because the feds don't normally step in unless it's something like really serious. But these charges are crazy. And I was watching one of the analysts on CNN, and well, I think he was an attorney, and he used to work for, I guess, the office that is charging Diddy, the federal office that is charging Diddy. He used to work for them, and he was saying that they have almost a 90% uh, success rate. Like, they're not even going to put all of that into a case unless they basically know that they're going to win. And he said that from the charges, Diddy is looking, and this is just estimated. He said it looks like 15 years. And Diddy is in his early 50s, I think. So 15 years, he'll be in his late 60s, close to 70. If he got any money left, he'll still be able to live a decent life if they don't. Gosh, this got all kind of dog hair on it. He'll still be able to live a decent life if don't nothing happen to him while he in prison. And they said that he is probably in an area with other high profile inmates. It's not like he in there with the regular um, people that have done heinous crimes. He in this little special area right now. So I'm pretty sure he'll be alright. You know, he locked up, but he'll be okay. He should have thought about. But you know, when you get to a certain status, you really do be thinking, can't nothing happen to you. You're not gonna get caught. You won't get caught. You can do whatever you want to do to people. You can treat people however you want to treat them because you're rich and nothing is going to happen to you. I remember when Diddy was, and Diddy wasn't even as rich when he was doing that show, Making the Band, as he is now. And I just, saw how he was treating the women on that show. That that is a long time. That train is super long. Um, he treated women really bad on that show. That left a bad taste in my mouth when it came to Diddy. I didn't like Diddy back then, and that had to have been either in the 90s or the early 2000s because that was a long time ago. Like my kids were teenagers, my kids were young back then. And I remember watching that show. Where's that ant thing? Oh, it's still over there. I remember watching that show saying to myself, Diddy is really an asshole because of the way he was treating people and talking to people. And he was not as rich back then as he is now. So, some people, you cannot give them any power because they don't know how to handle it. They're narcissists and they let that stuff go to their heads. And it really looks like that's what happened with Diddy. But to me, what's going to be interesting is all of these parties that he used to throw, there would be other celebrities there. So is is he gonna snitch on the other celebrities? Hey Melissa, is he gonna snitch on the other celebrities, or is he gonna name drop some of these other celebrities? I'm talking about what's going on right now with Diddy. Yeah, it's coming along, but now I think think I need to throw in a little bit of white. You know, this whole pink and black thing, I'm not liking it. I don't like it. We got to go back to the drawing board. Or maybe I just have to finish this one pillow and see if I like it. But I don't know. And I love pink. But this whole pink bed thing is just getting on my nerves. This is what I'm thinking. Is the names of some of these other celebrities going to come out in this trial? Because they already have a lot of women that are willing to testify against Diddy. Are they gonna start dropping names of other celebrities that assaulted them? Or because Diddy was taking prostitutes across state lines, and I mean trafficking. It is so many charges against this man. You trafficking prostitutes? Like, you are a billionaire. You couldn't think of nothing else to do with your time and money. But they said he had, these weird fetishes. You was a weirdo? You couldn't think of nothing else to do with your money. Like, you could have, if you had like all of these weird sexual issues, you could have just been having sex. You can have as much sex as you want, but you don't have to like abuse the women in the process. There's probably women out here who would enjoy being paid to have sex with Diddy, but you don't have to abuse them. But that's part of it. When a lot of these men who are sexual deviants, that's part of it. The sex is a component, and then the abuse of women is another component. It's men out here who really enjoy hurting women. Yeah, all that money, all that money and fame and power just like went to his head and literally drove him crazy. It legit drove him crazy. Or he's always had issues, just like R. Kelly. He always had issues. He always had issues with young girls. He loved young girls. And it looks like Diddy has an issue with prostitutes and just women who are, maybe more sexually open. And this is going to be interesting. This may shock the black Hollywood community if Diddy ain't the only one. If other black male celebrities, who are running with Diddy at these parties and stuff, because a lot of people's names have come out that have been around Diddy, who have had escapades with Diddy, and it ain't all been women. It's been some men's names dropped also. They said that Diddy didn't only like women, he liked men too. So this is going, it looked like Melissa B just went live. It looks like it's going to be, this trial is going, now I might follow this trial. I didn't follow R. Kelly's trial because I don't know. That irritated me because it was, mostly young girls. But it don't look like with Diddy. It doesn't look like these were young girls. It looks like these were women. These were women, and it looks like some of it was consensual from the beginning, but then it got crazy. Because they have NDAs, women who have come to these parties and signed NDAs and, all kind of stuff. So this trial is going to be in. Now, this may be one that I follow because this is going to be interesting. And I usually don't follow trials and stuff like that. I just wait to the end to see, what the sentencing is going to be. But I think that this trial is going to be interesting. Like the whole entire thing is going to be interesting to hear some of the shit that went on at these parties and what he did with these women. Like, the abuse and stuff is a trigger for me. But um I'm nosy. Like this one, I really want to know. I don't know what these dogs. I'm so glad Gizmo ass is in the house. Girl, this gonna make all of my therapy, my psychology, my counseling, all of it, all of it is gonna come to the forefront. Because anytime stuff like this happens, I go into counselor mode and be thinking, okay, now I know you don't want to hear about this, but last night, Connection posted a video. Um, it wasn't a live; it was like a premiere. So that means that she recorded it and set it to come on at a certain time. So it was it was kind of late my time. It may have been around 10 o'clock my time. So it's like 12 or something her time. Um, and she said a few things that my mind had already figured out. But to hear a person, sometimes Connection speaks with a clear mind. Sometimes she makes sense. And last night, she was speaking with a clear mind. I don't know if the fumes wasn't fuming or what, but she said that she does not want to, and I'm paraphrasing, she said she does not want to die poor and alone. Basically, all of the things that I have always said that Connection hates other people for. Like she looks at other people and hates the fact that, they're living a decent life and she's in that program instead of just being grateful for the fact that she's not on the street. She looks at that program, she looks at where she lives as a negative. You know, she looks at her situation as being really bad. She says she doesn't have a car. She don't want to die without having a car because she feels like, she has a car, she can, get away and, drive around and, shop and see things. So that's a hindrance to her living in the program in I don't want to say in the ghetto, but maybe in not the nicest area is, you know, a hindrance for her. All of these things that she don't like about her life, she spoke about them last night. Not having, she said, basically dying alone and not having a family around her to tell her that they love her. And she said when she watched, she envisioned herself having children and being a good mother, and being a friend, not just being a mother to her children, but being a friend to them. And I was like, not enough to want to help her. But that is sad when you get to a certain age and you do realize, don't let him go in the room yet, okay? Okay. You get to a certain age and you do realize, I don't have nobody. I don't have nobody. And I don't want to say I don't have nothing because she not homeless. She, okay, maybe she doesn't live in the area where she wants to live, like she wants to live in a nice place like we all do. And I don't want to really go in on her because I am blessed. You know, I am blessed beyond measure. I live in a beautiful state. Y'all can hate on California all you want, but it's beautiful here. I live in a beautiful area. You know, I live in a, a small city in the Bay Area, but it's a very low crime area. If you look this area up, it's very low crime. It's very quiet out here. Like the development that I live in, we have our own park that is not a city park. The park belongs to this housing area. You know, shopping is, everything is so close. We drive a new car, and it's 7 cars total at our house. I'm blessed. I realize that. And I have a husband, I have children who love me. I don't have kids who do not no contact with me. My kids, both of my kids called me yesterday. If they don't call me, they text me. I have grandkids who call and check on me that I am so proud of. And I love them so much, and I know that they love me. I have friends. I may not have hella friends, but some of my friends I've had for 50 years. My best friend, me and her have been friends for 37 years. 37 years? We've been friends. One of my church friends, we've been friends for like 50 years. We've been friends since we were like 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old. And we still friends to this day. So, yeah, I'm blessed. And I know that. And when Connection was talking last night, she didn't see any of her blessings. Everything in her life was negative. Everything, even the roof over her head, was negative because, you know, it's a transitional, I don't want to call it transitional housing, but whatever, you know, it's housing for people who were homeless or drug addicts or whatever. And I have worked in facilities like that. And, I have worked with people like Connection who, of course, your goal is to get out of transitional housing and, move out into the society, maybe move to a better place because, yeah, sometimes those transitional housing apartments are not in the best of areas. They're not. And, people don't want to live there for long, but you have to be grateful that you have that because there are people here in California. It's a lot of homeless people here in California. A lot. The Bay Area attracts homeless people, I think, because of the climate. You know, it don't get that cold in the wintertime. You don't have to worry about snow and stuff. It ain't gonna snow here. It rarely thunders and lightning here. When I say, oh my God, it's so cold, it be in the 50s. I was legit yesterday evening. I took Gizmo out for his last walk. It was about, not his last walk, but his last run around playtime. It was about 7:30. The wind had picked up. I was like, oh my God, it's so cold out here. Even Gizmo was like, it is cold. Let's go in the house. Because when the wind be blowing, his little fur be moving, he be like, oh, it's time to go in the house. I get back in the house to see what the temperature was, because I'm like, damn, it was hella cold. It was 55 degrees. 55 degrees. We are so spoiled here in California. We spoiled. And, the homeless come here because they know how low is the temperature gonna go. And it ain't gonna do that until January. January. Okay, so December, maybe it'll start to rain. But January, February, that's when it will get a little cooler, you know. Cause I was like yesterday, it was windy, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's time to pull out the Uggs. It's 55 degrees, girl. If you don't go somewhere, it's not gonna get that cold here. So, I think a lot of people do come to the Bay Area because I'm pretty sure it's much better being homeless here than it is being homeless in Colorado. Because I think she said she was homeless. She was homeless in Colorado before she went to Texas. Who else is here that I didn't speak to? Hey, a place for her. So, I don't know. Yeah, see, it's not hot here. It's As a matter of fact, it's another cloudy day. It's like overcast again today. I was thinking yesterday it was gonna rain, but I looked at the forecast. There's no rain in the forecast. They had lied and said that earlier this week, no, Saturday, that we may have gotten some rain Wednesday, but we ain't getting no rain. It's just overcast. I don't think it's gonna rain. But when I came outside today, I was like, nah, it did heat up a little bit. And sometimes when it gets warmer and the wind is still, we will get some rain. But who knows? I don't really care. Because I know if it does rain, it's not gonna rain for long. We don't get just downpours of rain. It don't rain for like it ain't gonna rain for like 8 hours or something. We don't get that kind of rain here. We get like spurts of rain. Not not in this part of the Bay Area where we live. You don't do all that. So, which is good. I love it. But anyway, she connection was, she's very, very unhappy about her situation. And I think this, her health, you know, um, that ain't helping her, thinking that it may be something wrong with her. That's not helping the situation. And that is when you start to think, if something happens to me and I have to fight cancer, I am going to be fighting by myself. And I think that's the worst thing in the world, is to be sick alone and not have anybody call you and be like, "Hey girl, how you feeling today? Do you need anything?" Having to go to your doctor's appointments on paratransit, or that shit, that would upset me too. Do you think she's sick? I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I don't think that's something that, I would hope that that's not something that she would lie about for attention. I hope she not. But if you haven't had the test done, you haven't had the test done yet, you can't say it's cancer, because you haven't even had the test done to even wait for the test results. Like right now, I'm still waiting for my test results from my colonoscopy. Like, I know that they didn't find any polyps or anything. I know that. They told me that at the colonoscopy. But they did a biopsy. And I haven't gotten those test results back yet. But I'm not saying, oh, I have something because I haven't got my. No, I'm just gonna wait until I get the test results back. Like, I did call the doctor's office. I was like, hey, what? Y'all ain't get the results back yet? And she was like, no, they haven't come back yet. Sometimes they do. They can take up to 3 or 4 weeks sometimes. But when they come back, either they'll send you a letter, or you'll get a message from your portal, your on the app, because Kaiser has that. You can go to your app and get messages, test results, all that kind of stuff. So she said it'll give me I'll get an alert from the app to go to the portal and look. Or, if it's something serious, of course, the doctor will call you. So I said, okay. But I'm not on here saying that it's something serious when I don't even know what it is yet. So she don't know what it is, but it is bothering her. Melissa said, well, she gets around like a superhero. She moved herself. She didn't have no other choice. She didn't have no other choice. I don't think it was that far. I think she just moved from like one parking lot to another. I don't think it was that far that she had to go. And she just packed her little stuff up and put it in a wagon or a little push cart thing, and, handled her business. I don't think she had to move that far. Hey, Phoenix. I hope it's not for attention. Folks do anything for attention nowadays. Girl, she got more energy than me, too, because I would have had to hire somebody to do that shit. But she probably didn't have the money. Yeah, you late, Phoenix. You 35 minutes late, girl. But that's okay. We still here. She didn't have anybody to help her. So what happened to the case manager? She had said that the case manager was going to help her move. And then when it came time for her to move, the case manager didn't even help. But connection then pissed off. She didn't she didn't pissed off so many people. Don't nobody want to help her. And this is really going to be sad if she really is sick and she ain't got no friends or nothing and she has to go through this situation by herself. Because she was like, I'm 58 years old and I don't have nobody. And when she said that, it looked like she wanted to cry. She wanted to cry. Like that, you know, I never want to have to go through anything serious by myself. That's, I don't want to say it's a fear of mine, but I just don't want to do it. But I mean, if she didn't have nothing, it ain't like she had, the biggest thing she had was that bed. It's not like she had a whole house full of furniture. And she left some of the big stuff there, didn't she? When you don't have nobody to help you, I'm pretty sure she is used to doing things by herself because she ain't never been married. She's never really had anybody to depend on. So she was out. She's so nasty to so many folks until the point is probably why she is alone. She can be so darn, yes, that's definitely why she by herself, because she she's so mean. She had chairs and a couch and a table, and I don't know how she get that couch there. Cause she couldn't have just drug that couch down the street, did she? The chairs, I can, if she said she brought one chair at a time, she only got two chairs, right? Two kitchen chairs. She did it, unless she lied and she had somebody helping her, and she just, wanted to make it seem like it's so bad for her that she did it by herself. She could have had Paco or Jose or Juan or somebody help her. She could have slipped somebody $20 and asked them to bring the big stuff for her. Is the couch new? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't be looking at her furniture like that. I don't know. Shit. Them outside chairs that's in her living room, that's definitely from the old place, right? Because that's from the old place because I remember talking about her when she wanted to put those in her living room because we got those out here in our back. We got those out here in our backyard. And I was like, she want them hard ass those that I don't know why she wanted that as her living room chair when those chairs they outside comfortable. They not in the house comfortable. They are not comfortable to me. She showed us everything the other night when she cussed me out. See, I didn't watch the whole video. Now I got to go back and watch it. There's a lot of older people alone. It's not necessary because it's so easy to meet people. There's all kind of ways to meet people when you're older. But see, she needs to move into like a senior place. And then it'll be other people there. You'll have a case manager on site, and people will check on her. Like, okay, let me see. She was talking about the patio stuff for her living room. And she is alone and has no help. It is. That's her fault. Me too. I can't now I'm definitely not watching no 8-hour video. I'm not watching that. Melissa said no, no, she cannot live with other people. But at least she won't be by herself though. If she lives in like a senior community, in like a senior complex, because my mother used to live in a senior complex, and they had this little thing that they used to have to do to their door every morning. They used to have to turn the little thing on their door, and if they didn't get up and turn that thing, somebody would knock on their door and check on them to make sure that they were okay. So, at least if she lived in a facility like that, at least somebody would check on her during the day. She could come out and maybe play bingo and talk to other people. She wouldn't feel so alone. I think that's part of Connection's problem. She just sits in her thoughts every day. She don't have nobody to talk to. That's why she go on live and stay on live for hours and hours and hours, because talking to the camera at least gives her somebody to talk to. A place where her says she can barely live with herself. No, I'm not saying 58 is old, but I'm saying when you're by yourself, 58, that's senior community, you know. You can live in a senior community at 58. Melissa says, as soon as somebody besides her win at bingo, she gonna get mad and be like, they conspired against her. But that would be some good content. That would be some good content. Her getting mad at all the other little senior citizens. Oh my God. Yeah. Shit. I'm 60 and I'm still young. But I'm saying she needs to get around some people in her age group. Go to a senior center. You know, get out of your get out of that damn apartment. It's just not healthy for her to be in that apartment all day, every day. And the only time she leaves that apartment is to go to a doctor's appointment. That's not healthy. Even if you ain't got no money, go to Ross. Look around. Every time I go to Ross, or I go to Dee Dee's, or I go to Home Goods, or I don't buy something every time I go to. Speaking of buying something, I look on the news today and the dollar store is going up to $1.50. Now they didn't already went up to $1.25. It was the $1.25 store, but I was still calling it the dollar store. They didn't went up to $1.50. And their cap is $7. So it's not supposed to be any items in the store over $7. But now everything is starting at $1.50. You may as well go to Walmart. You can leave that dollar store alone. You might as well just go to Walmart because at least at Walmart you can still find shit for like $1. They gone crazy. But you can go to the store, like Connection can get on that city. She talking about she can't ride. Connection is mentally ill. All she needs to do is get a note from her doctor and she could ride to paratransit. She could ride to paratransit and pay like $1. I think it's $1. Or some cities give you a book of tickets, and you pay however much it is. Because I know my mama used to ride paratransit. If I wanted to, I could ride paratransit because I'm technically disabled. My arthritis then gave me the disabled thing. I could ride paratransit if I want to. But my husband is like, you don't need to ride no damn paratransit. I was like, yeah, but I just want to do it for funsies. He was like, you're not doing that shit. You're not getting on no damn paratransit. But I just be wanting to do it just to, just get out the house and just like ride around. Cause my husband used to, well, every now and then he still does it. Drives to San Francisco, and I might ride over there with him. I haven't done it recently, but every now and then I go out there. Oh, you have something follows? It's better than Dollar Tree. Yeah, Dollar Tree, they tripping. But she triggered by smells and people, so she doesn't want to ride with just. Yeah, she said every time she said somebody picked her up yesterday, and the car smelled like weed, and she got out the car and like had to ask for another ride. I'm like, everywhere she goes, she smell weed. I'm in California where everybody smoke weed, and I don't smell weed that often. Now, there are times when you're at a stoplight or something, and a car may pull up and smell like weed, but it's not every day. I don't smell weed every day. Yeah, the 99-cent store is closed. Yeah, everywhere she go, she's smelling something. She's smelling weed. She's smelling. I'm like, how you know what all these drugs smell like? Now, of course, I know what weed smell like, but I don't know what meth and heroin and all these other drugs. I don't know what that shit smell like. How she know what all of it smell like if you ain't never did it? Because I always wondered, did she really just get in this program because she was homeless, or is she an ex drug addict? Because she said that she had got down to like 130 pounds or something. Like she was hecka skinny. You was skinny just from being homeless? I haven't been to, well, they don't really call them swap meets out here. They more say flea markets. I haven't been to, they have one in Berkeley that I used to love to go to, but I haven't been in a long time. Yeah, outdoor flea markets. Yeah, I'm like, she always talk about how skinny she was when she was homeless. So When you was homeless, you wasn't eating no food and you just lost all this weight. That's weird to me. Cause she even said when she first got into the program how skinny she was. You wasn't eating nothing? No. And you know what all the drugs smell like? Come on, girl. Come on and tell us the truth. I don't care if you was out here smoking meth. I really don't care. But don't lie. Because we know you like food. She be eating. She said that when she go back to the doctor next week, they gonna put her on some weight loss pill. What weight loss pill? I don't know nothing about no weight loss pill. I know the doctors are doing Ozempic and all these other weight loss shots. But what weight loss pill are they about to give you when you're addicted to food? Because people who have food addictions, they can do all the Ozempic and everything else. They still gonna eat. Connection be eating. Like she eats so much at one time, she makes me sick. I can't even watch her. I can't watch her eat because it's just too much food. My stomach be like, God damn. Because I'm not big because I eat a whole lot of food. I don't eat a lot of food. I eat like a bird. I got a jacked up thyroid. That's where they cut. That's not a fold in my skin. That's where they remove my thyroid right there. I think that's the whole incision right there. So I have hypothyroidism. I ain't fat because I like to eat. Because I actually don't like to eat. I don't eat that much. But my thyroid and my metabolism is so jacked up. Yeah, she said that when she go back to the doctor, um, when she go back to the doctor, when she go back to the doctor next week, they're gonna put her on weight loss pills. I said, is she telling them how much she be eating? I'm gonna send her videos to her doctor so that they can see them 50 hamburgers and french fries and fried eggs and broccoli and cheese that she be eating. Yeah. It don't be two cheeseburgers. It be at least three. It be at least three cheeseburgers. It be fries, onion rings, a salad, and broccoli and some, broccoli with some cheese on it or something. That woman she be concocting. She be concocting some foods. She be eating French fries, three scrambled eggs, broccoli. What? The other day she had like four eggs, some French fries, some broccoli, some cauliflower. I know she be gassy as hell. All that fried food and broccoli and cauliflower. I know she be gassy. Could nobody stay in that damn house with her? Then want to get on the bike and ride for 5 miles. You ain't did. She talking about I burnt 100 calories. You didn't ate 2,000. You ate 2,000 calories, and you burned 100. Yeah, they do. They do, because all the addicts used to come into our program. They would be real thin. By the time they left, they would be we be done fattened them up. They would be fat because they would be eating on a regular basis. Like some of them people, we would have to watch them because they would hoard food. They would, they would steal food out the refrigerators would be locked at a certain time, because if you didn't watch them, they would hoard food in their rooms and be in there eating at night, or trying to take stuff out the refrigerator. That's what they do. That's what addicts do. When they finally get to the point where they can eat on a regular basis and they don't have them drugs, they gon' eat. That's why I look at Connection and I be like, girl, you just don't want to tell us you was smoking meth. You was doing something, because she has too many addict tendencies. She replaced either drugs or alcohol with food. My biological mother was an alcoholic. She stayed, other than her stomach being big, she stayed small because she didn't eat. She was drinking. She was drinking. And you know what was weird? This Connection said, I never thought that it would be endometrial cancer. I always thought it would be liver or something, or pancreatic. Why would you think something would be wrong with your pancreas if you're not doing something? What was you doing that you thought your pancreas? Pancreas is for people that be drinking, ain't it? Liver and pancreas. Ain't that people that drink? Because she got issues with people that drink. She always saying stuff about, hey, I ain't drinking. Why you got problems with people that drink? Let people live their life. Just because you have addictive tendencies, because she is definitely addicted to food. We see her food addiction because she can put away some food. Okay? Now, you may say that I have an addiction to soda, but I'm working on that. We on day 3 that I have not had a Sprite. I ain't had a Mountain Dew. Now, I had a Coke Zero, but that ain't no sugar. That ain't like my Sprites. Something is going on with her. Now, I don't know if she gonna play this cancer storyline all the way out, or this gonna fizzle and she gonna move on to something else. I believe that this whole cancer storyline is because she done messed up with Melissa. She done messed up her main money source. So she got to do something to try to get somebody else to come in and take Melissa's place, since Melissa done dropped her. She always say, y'all can't support me, but you will support those that be drinking Hennessy. She be leading people drinking that Hennessy alone. No, pancreas can hit anybody, but it does affect people that drink a lot too. Yeah, I know anybody can have pancreatitis. But why would she use that? Why would she say that? I just thought that was kind of weird. Unless she knows she did something. She knows she has not even had the biopsy. She could not do the biopsy. She said, and I don't understand this either. She said the speculum kept falling out. How the hell it fall out? How do it fall out? I've never had a speculum fall out before. I used to be a medical assistant. Here we go. I know y'all gonna be like, Miss Brown, you a lie. You ain't did all that shit. Yeah, I have. I definitely have. I used to work for a primary care physician, and I was a medical assistant. Let me tell you the story of how I became a medical assistant. I used to work for Naval Air Station. Naval Air Station in Alameda closed down. We were on the base closure list. A lot of bases here in California closed down, because we we weren't at wartime, so they felt like they didn't need all of these military bases that were open at that time. So our base was one of the bases here in the Bay Area that closed down. So after the base closed down, if you didn't find another job in your area, they offered the, what was it, the PIP program, PIP something. You could go back to school. So I was like, I had two small kids at the time, young kids, not small, like I think they were like 6 and 7. So I was like, okay, this would be a good time. I can go to school half a day, have the rest of the day. I can, pick my kids up. And, I was trying to work my schedule around my kids. Take them out of daycare. I don't have that high ass daycare bill. So I went back to school. So I went to Western Career College. You can look that up. It is defunct now, but I'm pretty sure there are old videos on YouTube about Western Career College. You can do it. That was the slogan. So I went to school and got certified as it wasn't medical assistant, whatever it was. I did my internship at my primary care physician office. And he was like, you should, medical secretary. That was what I went to school for, medical secretary. And he said, it's more money in medical assisting than it is medical secretary. And he said, my medical assistant can help you. And so she started training me on how to, do things in the doctor's office. Like I already knew how to do blood pressure, but I didn't know how to do EKG. So, blood pressure, EKG, how to get the labs together to send out, and all that kind of stuff. That's how I became a medical assistant. So I did that for a while. I was working for my doctor for a while. And then, since that was on my resume, when I started working at the group home, I was like the staff person, and then I was the nurse for a while. I, worked in that field for a while. So there you go. Now, that's one of the thousands of things that I've done between the ages of 20 and 40 something. Okay, so she said that the speculum fell out twice. I don't see how the speculum fell out. I don't see how it fell out. I've never seen a speculum fall out twice. So the The doctor couldn't get the speculum all the way in there because they put it in and then they turn that little knob thing and open it up. It ain't just falling out because when they get finished with the examination, they have to close that little thing down to take the speculum out. Because when the speculum is inserted, it goes in like this, and then it opens. So it ain't just gonna fall out. They have to release the clamp to take it out. So I don't see how the speculum fell out twice. What was they doing? Just putting it right here? No, they insert the speculum all the way into the vagina and then open it up so they can. So how was hers falling out? But she did say that she kept moving back on the table. And if she was scooting back on the, moving back, then they were never probably getting the speculum in there. It wasn't that the speculum was falling out. She probably just wasn't letting them put it in there. And this is, I'm not making fun of her because she did say that something happened to her in London. I don't know if she was, I don't want to make fun of that part because that if something like that happened to me, it wouldn't be funny. So it seems like she's had some type of trauma when it comes to her lady parts. And to me, that's not joke worthy. That part's not, not funny because if something like that happened to me, yeah, I would be very much traumatized also. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I don't think they were ever able to put the speculum in because it ain't gonna fall out twice. It's just not because the doctors know how to put the speculum in there. It ain't coming out. It's not gonna come out like that. Once they insert it and open it up, it's not just gonna fall out your vagina unless you got something going on down there that we don't know about. It's not gonna fall out like that because once it goes into, they insert it, they open it like that. It's like a duck bill. You know what the speculum looks like. It looks like a duck mouth. And it goes in closed. And once it go in there, they open it. Not this wide, but it opens. And they lock it. It's locked into position. So that when they go in with the, it looks like a Q-tip with like a little brush in. When they go in with that and go around, swab the cervix or, whatever, that opening has to stay open so they can put that in there and do what they got to do. I've seen it happen. And, it has happened to me. No, they do hurt. The biopsy does hurt. The biopsy hurt me. It hurt. It did not feel good. It's not a pleasant feeling. The biopsy was not put. She don't know. She don't know because She couldn't even tolerate the speculum. She don't know. So I don't know. They gonna put her under. She said that's what they gonna do. She said they're gonna they're gonna have to sedate her to do it. They didn't put me under. And I'm not gonna say that I was tough. Yeah, it was painful, but once they got started, I didn't want to be like, oh, what are you doing about? No, I just was like, just don't finish. Shit. I had a really good doctor. The doctor was like talking me through everything, and he was, it's almost over. I know it's uncomfortable. It's only gonna be a couple more seconds. Like he was really trying to, get it over. It was painful for me. Maybe it wasn't painful for you, but it was painful for me. I believe she has medical issues as well. They need to test for a diagnosis. However, she's going to try and get sympathy and money. I think some of this is a ploy for sympathy and money. I really do. Because if you ain't had the test, you were not even able to complete the test. How is cancer even? And then she said last night, well, yeah, uh, they didn't say I have cancer, but they said it's on the table. How's it even on the table if you haven't even had the test? And she said she's had like some discharge or something. That could be anything. That don't have. Why you go straight to cancer? And I do not believe that a doctor would do that. I don't believe that. Even when my goiter was very pronounced, like not as big as Tasty Talks, not as big as Vanessa's, but you could clearly see it. The doctor didn't look at me and say, "Yeah, you got cancer, girl." He just said, "We need to do a needle biopsy and get that checked." He didn't bust out and say, "You have cancer, Miss Brown." No. They say we're going to have to run some tests and, see what's going on. Yeah, it was very painful for me. Well, they can run blood tests and see what your white blood cell count is. She didn't say nothing about that. E-begging is an epidemic now by any means. Yeah, it is so many people on here, not just YouTube. I see it more on TikTok. It's more people on TikTok begging than anything else. I just saw a young lady the other day. She was on TikTok mad because she lived in, I guess, like Section 8 housing, and her rent, I don't know what her rent was, but she said it went up to almost $1,000 because she had got a job. If you working, you gotta pay rent, girl. You So she on TikTok crying. I guess want somebody to help her pay her rent. Girl, you gotta hustle like everybody else. If she had a transvaginal ultrasound, they look at the intramitral stripe of the lining of the uterus and kind of tell by the ultrasound. She didn't have that. Because ain't the transvaginal the one where they stick that wand? She not about, if she can't take a speculum, she can't take a speculum. She most definitely can't do that transvaginal ultrasound because I had that too. And that thing is bigger than a penis. It felt like they were sticking this big around in your vagina. That's what it felt like. It ain't this big. It's more like about this big. No, it's a little smaller than this. It's probably about this size. It ain't little. So I know she ain't did that. If she couldn't take the speculum, she showing the hell can't do that. She can get a 125 blood test. It can show. What's 125? I ain't never heard of that. If that test shows high, it can show you at risk for gynecological cancer. Yes, that is the one with the wand. Yeah, that wand ain't no joke. That wand, the how many times? I think I only had it once, and it was all the time, around the same time, like right before I had the hysterectomy. They did they did the wand. I don't know if they did the wand or the biopsy. I don't know which came first. Maybe they did the wand first and then the biopsy. I don't know which came first, but I know I had both of them, and both of them were uncomfortable. I didn't like either one, and I'm not I'm not trying to be mean, but connection, I'm pretty sure, is not sexually active, and if it ain't no activity down there, you're not used to anything going in there. When they put something in there, it ain't gonna be fun. Yeah, that thing was very uncomfortable. Like you have to relax, you have to breathe. You know the person that's doing it has to be cautious. I had did somebody ask me why? Oh, why did I have? I had a hysterectomy because I had a very large fibroid tumor, and um, it had got to the point where I was just bleeding crazy. I mean, crazy. Periods lasting forever. And I was bleeding so much that I was like super anemic. So um, when they found that really, really large, I had one really large fibroid. They were like, the best thing to do is just to, and see, the good thing is, I was in my 40s. I didn't want no more kids. So that wasn't, thank God, that wasn't an issue for me. I had already had my children. I was, I was happy. Um, so yeah, I wasn't really tripping about having a hysterectomy. And it was a partial. I only had a partial hysterectomy. So I still have my cervix. The only thing that I still have my cervix and my ovaries. The only thing they took was my uterus. And I guess your uterus is connected to the top of your cervix. So they remove the top of your cervix and close that up and leave the cervix intact. That way you don't go into automatic menopause. So technically, I went through menopause at the time that I probably would have went through menopause naturally. I guess. So I still have my ovaries and my cervix because I had a ultrasound. I had an ultrasound. What did I have an ultrasound for? I don't know. I had an ultrasound for something, and the ultrasound tech was like, "Uh, do do you not have your?" I said, "Yeah, I had a history." Oh, they was like, "Oh, okay, okay," because I got kind of nervous for a minute. I was like, "What?" It was like an empty hole right there. He was like, "Well, yes, something else was supposed to be." I said, "Yeah, they took that." Yes, I still have my fallopian tubes. They left. The only thing they took was the womb. They left everything else intact. The doctor said because I was in my 40s, he didn't want to take everything. And it was nothing wrong with my cervix. My cervix was fine. They they said now they if it's just fibroids, if it's just really bad fibroids, they only want to take the uterus. They don't go in now and take everything unless they have a reason to do so. They're not doing total hysterectomies unless they have to, which is a good thing. Because back in the day, you know, if they operated on a woman, they did a they took everything. They're not, my doctor said that the majority of doctors are not doing that. Thank you, Mickey. The majority of doctors are not doing that now. They're not removing everything because it messes up you start to have a hormonal imbalance when they remove everything. It throws the woman completely into menopause, and she can, some women have had to have hysterectomies in their 30s. There's some women that have had to have hysterectomies in their 20s, depending on what the condition is. And then you go into menopause if they remove everything. It just messes up the hormonal balance of your body. So I'm glad, that I have a doctor who decided to only do a partial. So that's where I am. I still got everything except for my uterus. That's the only thing that's gone. And I don't think that I don't think I had, a really bad um menopause, or I don't think I had a whole lot of issues. I had like hot flashes. I still have hot flashes though. They haven't went away. And I think some of my hot flashes is this stupid blood pressure medication that I take too. Because I notice that after I take my blood pressure medicine, sometimes I get real hot. And it's like right after I take the blood pressure medicine. But that ain't one of the side effects, though. But it seems like it is for me. That's like the only thing that, in like really dry skin and stuff. Like I think when I first was going through menopause, I was still having some, mood swings and stuff like that. But I think all of that shit has leveled out. If I'm showing any kind of crazy, this is just my natural crazy. It's not mood swing. It's not mood swings crazy. This is just how I am naturally. I'm just crazy. I don't think I have mood swings. I mean, I love talking to the majority of people that follow me are like around my age group. You know, we all going through the same thing. We all, especially all of the women, we all going, y'all all gonna go through menopause. You all gonna stop having periods, and even if you do it the natural way, or if you had a hysterectomy or something, we all gonna go through the same thing. And I think that because connection. Oh, and she said that she told the doctors, like, don't touch her unnecessarily. Like, she has problems being touched. That's because no one touches her. You know, if no one touches you, you do have problems being touched. I done been touched so much, by little kid, like my kids touching me and all in my face. My granddaughter, she used to, I don't know what it was. She When she would be over to the house with me, she would have to like either have her hand on me somewhere, her hand on my arm, on my leg. She would, be up against me, and I would be trying to like push her push her away to get some space. She come right back. If you don't like to be touched, you can't be around no little kids, because little kids, they gonna touch you. They gonna be all up in your face. They gonna touch your hair. Little kids love to touch you. And if you don't like to be touched, you can't be around no little kids. And I'm like, how you go to the doctor and tell the doctor to don't touch you? They got to touch you, girl. That's part of the examination. But she was like, I told the doctor, don't touch me unnecessarily. Well, I'm pretty sure every time they touch you, they have to. They have to touch you, girl. I don't know. I mean, I'm really praying for her. I need a fingernail clipper. I got so many hangnails. Y'all be getting them? I hate them things. I need to polish my nails too. Um, I hope that it's not anything serious. I really do. I don't wish anything. Yeah, something happened to her. And she, I guess, told the story before, but I've never heard. I guess something happened to her in London. I guess it was her a boyfriend, and somebody she thought was her boyfriend set her up, and somebody, I don't know, child. I don't want to say, but something happened to her that she obviously have not had any therapy and healed from, because it is definitely still bothering her. It's definitely still bothering her. So, I'm going to definitely watch. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna watch her, because I'm gonna watch. I want to see what's going on. Was this a lie? Was this, did she just make this up for us to feel sorry for her? Because I was watching her yesterday, child, and she had the audacity to get on here and try to downplay the accomplishments of Be Love. And I was like, girl, if you don't shut your ass up talking about Be Love, because that is nothing but jealousy. Yeah. If it is something serious, she will be by herself. And that, I couldn't even imagine going to chemotherapy or, you know, having to deal with that kind of stuff by myself. Not even to have somebody. But see, people try to be connections friend. People have tried to be her subscribe. She got subscribers that, try to be. She cussed them out. She talked crazy and reckless on her YouTube channel. If y'all don't do this, I'm gonna cut the comments off. Then get mad when people are not commenting. Girl, people don't want to comment because they don't want you to cuss them out. Oh, Lois Lark said connection was sexually assault. I thought it was something, but I ain't never heard the whole story. I've never, I just got bits and pieces. I'm pretty sure she done told the story before, but I've never heard the whole story of what happened. That, whatever happened, messed her up. Well, shit, she is definitely the main character because she don't have no supporting characters. She is the main character. She's the only character. She ain't got no dog, no cat, no fish, nothing. At least I have supporting characters in my story. I got Gizmo, I got my husband, I got the kids, the grand. If I want to talk about somebody else, I can talk about somebody. I have supporting characters. But it's just her. Too bad she won't get in a church for support. She needs a community or get in a group that can help her with something she needs. Honey, I don't know why Melissa, why do Melissa trigger her though? I can see why her brothers trigger her because she has a lot of trauma around her childhood. But what did Melissa do to her? Was Melissa that little girl, that cute little girl, when they went to school, they used to pick on her and call her nappy headed? Melissa, did you go to school with her and used to pick on her when she was little? You did something to her, Melissa. Melissa was the little girl that came to school dressed all fancy all the time. You got that one kid that come to school dressed like they getting ready to go to the Met Gala. It's always one kid at every school that come to school dressed like, and I was that kid. I was. That I was that kid that came to school with a three-piece polyester suit. Melissa was the little girl that came to school dressed like she was getting ready to go to the Met Gala. She always had the pretty dresses with the little lacy, frilly socks. That was Melissa. She went to school with Connection. And Connection hated Melissa because Connection always went to school dusty. And you know how them kids come to school and they smell like they house? You know how some kids, it was always that one stinky kid that smelled like they house stank? That was probably her. And Melissa, just go with the story, Melissa. Melissa would come to school dressed like Laura from Little House on the Prairie. She had the little bonnet with the little ribbon on it, and her little dress matched. And she had the little frilly socks with the little patent leather shoes. And here come Connection. Dusty, hair uncombed. And she been mad at Melissa since the third grade. And now, Melissa got a husband, she got kids, she got grandkids. Melissa got a nice car and connection, like, god damn. She was dogging me out when we in elementary school. Now she grown and she's still on top. That's why Melissa triggers her. Melissa triggers her because Melissa reminds her of that little girl that was all cutesy when she was little. That's Melissa. Melissa reminds her of that. Melissa, that's her trigger. Yeah, her whatever happened in now this is not being funny because I know that there are a lot of kids that suffer abuse at the hands of their parents. Whatever happened in Connection's house had to have been bad. Because she has said that her dad was an alcoholic, and I guess her mama was just, and her brothers just did not like her, and it's just bad. It's just been bad, I guess. It's just been bad all her life. Honey, Melissa said, I ain't gonna be her trigger no more. Something about Melissa is a serious trigger for her, and it has something to do with her childhood. It's some unresolved childhood trauma. And Melissa, you are the trigger. Because she related you to the dude that set her up to be a soft. Ooh, those birds are so cute. They have like yellow bellies. They're real small. And they have like these little yellow bellies, bright yellow bellies, and the rest of them are brown. And they only looked about that big. They weren't hummingbirds. I don't know what they were, but they was two of them were just right there, and they was just a singing. They was probably telling me to shut up. Girl, shut up talking about that woman before you make her mad. Because you know birds be coming to you with messages. They probably came over here and was like, girl, you better shut up before that woman cuss you out. But I don't care, though. I don't care about her. And I know she be over here. Hey, girl. She be over here. She said she be over here. She said, I be over here in a Mushoon, aka Mrs. Brown. Hey girl. Good afternoon. Cindy did say once that she was picked in school because she went to school dirty. I remember that. She said her mother hated her and told her she wished she had never been born. I remember her saying, that's why I said she was the little dusty kid. It's a little dusty kid at every school. It is always a kid that come to school, they dusty, they hair don't be combed. You know, it's always one little dusty girl and it's always one little dusty boy. The stinky boy and the stinky girl. And Connection was that kid. She said she was. And I know that sucks. I know that sucks. Because the stinky kid always gets teased. I got teased because I was the four-eyed kid. But I was the cute four-eyed kid, though. But they still teased me because of my glasses. And I don't think I was the only kid that wore glasses, but I don't know. I don't even remember. But I wore glasses, so of course I was the four-eyed kid. So, you don't want to be a four-eyed kid. You don't want to be the buck-tooth kid. You don't want to be the girl with the nappy hair. You don't want to be the stinky kid. The dirty kid. You don't. especially not in high school. You don't, because ain't nobody gonna mess with you. Nobody. You're never gonna have a boyfriend, and I think that's her problem. She ain't never had no boyfriend, and then I guess when she did, something really bad happened. I was teased because of glasses too. Me too. I still, you know, I have to wear them now. I don't have no other choice. But I've had astigmatism since I was a little kid. Like I was a preemie. So it was a few things wrong with me, but I think, back in the 60s, that wasn't really, I don't know. I guess they just didn't really have the technology back then that they have now to like deal with small babies, because it was something wrong with my eyes, and it was something wrong with my lungs. My lungs hadn't weren't developed the way they should, so I've had asthma all my life, and I had a umbilical hernia, and didn't know that till I was grown. No, she's never been married. She's never been married. She's never had any kids. Yeah, that's what I said. The speculum can fall out if you not, if you jumping, but twice, then it's not falling out. It's not being inserted. It's not that it's falling out unless you bucking on the table. They must not have inserted it completely. Like she didn't let them lock it in. Because I ain't never seen a speculum fall completely, just fall out of the vagina. But I've never had anybody on the table. I've never had anybody on the table buck or, move and cause the speculum to fall out. Melissa triggered her because she suspects anyone trying to be nice and think that they have ulterior motives. She is not used to that and very afraid of letting her guard down. I agree. I agree with that. There, but everybody out here is not trying to hurt connection. Like, I legit tried to have a real conversation with her, and she got mad at me over my opinion of OJ. Like somebody that is dead. She got so mad that she started calling me stupid and you're an idiot. Girl, over my opinion? People can't even have opinions that are different than hers. She will get mad at you over your opinion. Like, I don't even, like, when I'm talking to people, like when we having conversations, I want people's opinion to be different. Because I may learn something from you, but I'm not going to get mad at you and cuss you out because you think, like, maybe somebody may come over here and still have high regard for Diddy. I'm not going to cuss you out. Now, in the back of my mind, I'm going to be like, okay, it must be something wrong with them if they still think Diddy is a good person. But I'm not going to be like, you stupid idiot. You dumb bitch. You still like Diddy? You hella dumb. You stupid. That's not how adults, that's not how adults communicate with each other. You know? That's why she ain't got no friends. Like, you will never have no friends talking to people like that, girl. Girl, I don't know. So no, I don't. I don't. I've never seen a speculum fall out though. If it's placed correctly, unless okay, so she did say that she was moving on the table, and she didn't realize she was moving until the nurse told her, "You're scooching back." And if you're thinking that it's gonna hurt, it's gonna be painful, you have not had anything in your vagina, and you're thinking it's gonna hurt, then yeah, you're gonna be moving. Yeah, I can see that, but I can't see it falling out. Yeah, she does not have the capacity to have. She don't. And that's what I was trying to get Melissa to understand. Melissa said, I'm thinking about going live, but I'm scared. I've never done that, just to talk about this and say things I think people may want to understand, and maybe possibly she would see it and believe me. Melissa, 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 don't you go live and try to justify her behavior. Now, if you go live, you can go live and say, girl, look, I wasn't trying to hurt you. You know, I was really trying to. But don't go live and plead, can you just be my friend? Be my friend. I wasn't trying to hurt you. Be my friend, okay? Can you take me back? Girl, Melissa, Melissa, if you go on live and try to make that girl be your friend and apologize to her, I'm going to call your husband. I'm going to get on Facebook and contact your husband and tell him to take your phone away from you. Now, if you want to get on live and be like, look, I wasn't trying to hurt that crazy ass woman. She just went left on me after I done did this, that, and the other for her. That's different. But don't get on there and try to, justify her behavior. And no, that woman is crazy. The speculum should not fall out once place this locked into place. Right. Right. That's what I was saying. Once this the vagina, we're gonna make this, even though we know it ain't this big, okay? But we're gonna use this as the vagina. This is the speculum because it's made like a duck bill. The mouth of a duck. It opens up like that. Once it goes in there, they open it and it's locked in place until they do what they gonna do. Then they unlock it and pull it out. So how it fall out twice? I think one thing Connection don't understand is it is some people on social media, on YouTube, who have really had jobs. We ain't all been homeless on the street, not doing shit with our lives. We have worked. We know how this stuff works. Okay? And if you have had a pap smear, you know how a speculum works. You done felt it. You feel it when they unclick it. You hear it unclick. And you know they about to take it out. At least I hear it. But maybe I hear it because I know what that unclicking is. I know the sound because, I've worked in the doctor's office. Girl, your husband will take your phone away from you. She probably kept moving and they were never able to place the speculum in. It wasn't that it fell out twice. They never got it in there. Because it's not going to fall out twice. You're not going to make me believe the speculum fell out 2 times. You're not going to make me believe that. You're not going to make me believe that. It was never placed in the first place. They probably attempted twice. And then they was like, you know what? We can't do this because she ain't going to act right. Oh, Melissa said, I honestly want the people to know I'm not a complete idiot. I had good intentions. Well, go live, girl. Go live. But you know what? If I was you, if I go live, I'm going to go live with receipts and show everything I did for her crazy ass. And then tell the people how she treated you. Because I don't think I know everything. Didn't she say you bought her a pair of shoes and she threw the shoes away because every time she put them on and was walking around, it made her think about you? I would pull up my Amazon shit and show everything that I got for her. She said you got a channel. Honey, Lois, we said that. That don't make a. I made a video about that. That don't make a bit of damn sense to me. I don't understand how a doctor could diagnose her with cancer and ain't did not nan test. Not nan test. Because they couldn't even do. They couldn't even insert the speculum. So how could they do a test? So how you have a diagnosis and they couldn't even insert the speculum? But you got a whole cancer diagnosis? No, girl. We not believing that shit. Yeah, Melissa, you're not an idiot. You are now, girl, we know you're not an idiot. But, Melissa, people are trying to understand why you kept putting yourself in that position knowing that connection was going to cuss you the hell out. After she cussed you out the first time, why would you turn around and help her again? After she told you, why you give me $200 when you could have only gave me 25 at a time? This is the stupidest mess I ever heard. For somebody to say, why would you buy so many things off of my Amazon? You need the things, stupid. You got the things on your Amazon wish list that you wanted. And then you got mad at Melissa because she bought them for you? Saying that Melissa was trying to make you dependent on her. When I put my Amazon wish list up for my birthday, I didn't care how many things people bought. I was just going to be grateful for it and move on. If somebody wanted to buy all the things, I would have thanked them and been happy. So she got mad because Melissa, it makes no sense. She got mad at Melissa because Melissa was giving her money and she felt like that Melissa was trying to make her dependent on her. And she was like, I don't have to like you. Somebody at the door. Damn, that doorbell loud. Um, I don't have to like you just because you give me stuff. Well, I ain't gonna give you shit if you don't like me. I'm not gonna give you stuff and you out here cussing me out. in front of the whole world, calling me all kind of bitches and stuff. I want that woman to have a pretty peaceful place to make a channel and bake and cook and have the desires of her heart, period. Right, because at one point she said, I remember her saying if she had a mixer, she could bake. She wanted to bake for the channel and, do this and do that. And Melissa was nice enough to buy her a mixer. And then she got mad at Melissa and threw the mixer on the floor. I would have went to that heifer house and beat her ass. I was mad for Melissa. No, but you know what really pissed me off was I'm so nosy. I want to know who that was ringing the doorbell. I'm so nosy. I swear to God, I want to get up from what I'm doing to go and see who that was that rang the door. Okay, I'm gonna try not to get up. Um, what pissed me off? What pissed me off is when she said she wanted that Bible out of her house. The Bible and the highlighter. I was like, oh yeah, she a demon. Because only a demon would get mad at the word of God. And she was mad at Melissa because Melissa bought her the Bible. I think Melissa triggers her mama issues. I had a transvaginal ultrasound. I thought I should have dinner and drink. Girl, honey, after a transvaginal ultrasound, you would swear. You would smoke a cigarette after that. Because they not playing with you when they do that transvaginal. Now that's the one that I'm pretty sure connection won't want to mess with. But the biopsy is painful, but it ain't like the transvaginal. It wasn't painful. It was uncomfortable. It just wasn't fun. But honey, if she can't take a speculum, she definitely can't do that transvaginal. I do have a need for approval. You aren't wrong. That goes way back. Listen, I have my own stuff. I'm not perfect. We all have stuff, Melissa. We all do. All of us have trauma. We just have different levels of trauma and different types of trauma. We none of us get to adulthood without wounds and scratches and bruises. They all just in different places. We Some of us have mama issues, some of us have daddy issues, some of us have abandonment. I have abandonment issues. My father died when I was very young, and my mother was an alcoholic who chose to give me up for adoption. You think I don't have abandonment issues? Even though my adoptive mother was the most beautiful, caring person in the world, it still took me some time to get over the fact that my own mama was walking her ass around in the same city that I lived in and didn't want me. And I was a smart kid. I did everything I could not to cause no problems. And I felt like, oh, okay, if I'm smart, one day my mama will come back and get me. You think she did? Hell no. So, yeah, I have abandonment issues. It's times when I don't want my husband to get too far away from me. I don't, yeah, we all got issues. We do. I don't fault anybody for having issues, but I fault for people for how they deal with their issues. There's no reason why Connection should be cussing people out that's trying to help her. She need to get some help. That's not how you deal with people. Yeah, she need to read that Bible. She need to get to be going to Bible study every Wednesday night. She need to be going to church. She need a pastor. She need a shepherd. She needs somebody to help her because she ain't. And that's one of the reasons why I really don't be going in on her and like really cussing her out because I know that woman is mentally ill. There's something wrong with her. Yeah, we all. It's something wrong with all of us. But the shit that's wrong with me, I'm able to contain it and not make other people suffer because I got issues. We all got issues, but I don't take my issues out on other people. I don't take my issues out on my husband. You know, my husband still got his mama and daddy. My parents gone. I'm not mad at him because he got his mama and daddy. I love his mama and daddy. You know, I love them. So I'm not going to be mad at him because he still got his parents and he has a close knit family. I'm just blessed that I can blend in with him. I love his family, his sister, his niece and nephew. That's my niece and nephew. I've been knowing them since they was, his niece and nephew since they was like little kids. I've been knowing my husband's sister since she was about 6 or 7 years old. She 50. I've known my husband since he was 17. So no, I don't take my issues out on other people. They can do a myomectomy. To be online 8 hours cussing and begging for subscribers is definitely delusional. But she does that because she don't have shit else to do. What else does she have to do? She don't have nothing else to do. She thinks everyone is against her. She's against herself. She changes up from 10 to 100. Yeah, she go from 0 to 100 real quick. She's not just mentally ill. She is emotionally and spiritually ill. Nothing for her is or will ever be enough. Oh, my husband, he is super chill. He the calm one in this. I'm the crazy one. He the calm one in the. It's there always has to. I think in every relationship is one partner is quiet and reserved, and the other partner is crazy. I'm the crazy one. I'm the loud, goofy. He goofy too though. He is goofy. He's just not loud. He chill, quiet, don't let shit bother him. I let shit bother me. Shit bothers me. I be stewing over stuff. I'm just not the one to get on social media and cuss people out though. I don't do that kind of stuff. I do my shit on the back end. You piss me off, trust and believe. I'ma handle you on the back end. I'm one of them people that handle you spiritually. I'm not gonna get on here and cuss you out and embarrass my family and all that shit. But I'm gonna get with you. I'm gonna do that. Opposites attract. Opposites definitely attract. But there are a lot of things that we share in common. We have a lot of things in common though. You know. Like, we the same age, so of course we kind of grew up the same way. You know, both of our parents were old school parents. We grew up in very traditional religious households. And I've never heard Connection say that she went to church. Like her family, grew up in church. Like I'm one of them kids. I went to Sunday school, church, Bible study, BTU, choir practice, usher practice, all that shit growing up. I don't think she had none of that. Honey, the cash apps is dry. She said yesterday though somebody sent her $5. Honey, Melissa closed her pocketbook and the cash apps is dry. But that's what she deserved. She don't deserve no cash apps. Cause she don't know, she's not grateful. She don't deserve no cash apps. Nobody should be giving her their money because she don't know how to thank people and be nice. Don't give her shit. I wouldn't. Now I ain't gonna say if the woman came on here and said she was starving and she really didn't have, like she was crying because she was hungry. Like I couldn't see her hungry. Even though she be getting on my nerves and she be eating hella damn food. I couldn't see nobody starving. Now, I might give her $1. For her to then turn around and cuss me out and then I'd be hella mad at her. But I don't like to see people hungry. Well, a lot of people I've always said on social media, I would rather people see the real me than a representation of me. I don't want to be on here acting. This is this is really who I am. You know, and maybe who I am is boring to some people, but this is who I am. Some people need to see real people. Like real people don't be out here shopping every day. Like I'm not trying to prove shit to nobody. I'm not gonna be at Ross and Dee Dee's and the dollar store and over here shopping and all. I'm not spending all my money just to make y'all think I'm living a certain way. I'm living that way. You can see how I'm living and see I'm living. I'm living that way. But I'm not gonna be out here shopping and spending money on trips and this and that. If we decide to go somewhere, we go there. But I'm not trying to prove nothing to nobody. I'm out here being a real person. I'm somebody's grandma. Oh, and honey, my grandson is playing at the San Jose Stadium uh this weekend. I'll be out here. Yeah, we out here. I'm gonna be taking pic. Oh, honey, I'm so proud of him. They playing at a big. This gonna be the biggest plays that he's played, and he not even in high school yet. So this gonna be interesting. This gonna be a good game this weekend. We were supposed to go to Michael's. Me and my husband, we gonna have matching t-shirts. We gonna go to Michael's and make some t-shirts. We definitely got to go and do it tomorrow. She eats so much in one serving. She drinks a lot of coffee and water like no end. Then complains of bladder issues. Now I can't say nothing about drinking because I be drinking sodas like somebody crazy. But this day 3 that I haven't had a soda. I had a Coke Zero. I had a half a Coke Zero yesterday. So, but I haven't had a Sprite or a Mountain Dew, and that's my addiction. So, but she do. She be eating some food. We was talking about that earlier. She be eating like 5 hamburgers. Okay, four. 4 hamburgers, some onion rings, some French fries. It's like she go in her freezer. She go in her freezer and she take a little bit out of every bag and cook it. And then scramble 3 eggs along with that shit. So she be having French fries, onion rings, broccoli, cauliflower, hamburgers, and then she'll scramble 3 eggs on top of it. How does she eat? Like, do she have anorexia? No, because she would be skinny. You can't be fat with anorexia, huh? No. But I'm like, she eat all that food, and yeah, she eat obviously because she said she done got up to 250 pounds and have a salad with half a bottle of ranch dressing. God damn. She is definitely an emotional eater. She definitely is. Because I notice when she gets stressed out, when she ain't getting no cash apps and she's stressed out and ain't nobody talking to her on her videos, she eat more. She eat more. She is lonely. Because if you watched her video last night, that's what she was talking about. She was talking about being scared of having to go through, if this is cancer, having to go through it by herself. If she had the money, if she had the money to order groceries every day, she would. She most definitely would. And she would sit there and eat all that food. Oh, we ain't even gonna talk about her light skin thing. But I think that her thing about light skinned women, I think that stems from her childhood. I believe that stems from her being teased because she was the little funny looking dark skinned girl when she was little. That stems from her childhood. That definitely does. She has eaten an entire pie in one sitting. I seen her killing a cake one time. Just took the cake out of the container and just took the spoon and was just eating the cake. Not cut a slice and put it on her plate and, put that away. No, she just took the cake out and was just eating. I'm like, God damn. No, I think she hates light skinned women. I think it was them light skinned girls did a number on her in school. It was them light skinned girls that was calling her ugly, and I think that's why she shaves all her hair off, because she was probably like called nappy headed and stuff. And she hate her hair, so she keeps it cut short. She cut it all off. I don't hate my hair, I just got sick of it. And I keep mine cut short. I like it short though. But it's not that I hate it. I just got tired of dealing with it. Yeah, I think being homeless for, I think she said 10 years. How the hell are you homeless for 10 years, though? That's a long time. Cancer causes trauma, whether you have people around you or not. Plus, no cancer patient will never be alone if they don't have family or friends. Well, who is gonna be with her though? Who is gonna be with her? Like, I think they want you to get in support groups. I know they have support groups for cancer if you're going through chemotherapy or whatever. They have support. Well, I don't know what type of health insurance she has, and what she can and cannot get with her health insurance, but I know my health insurance offers support groups. I thought it was 5 years, but probably longer. I don't know. I thought she said 10. But that's a long time to be homeless, though. Cancer places have people that will give you rides and counseling if needed. Well, I hope she takes advantage of it. Connection at one time lived a good middle class life. But it seemed like it was only for a short period of time, though. Because I don't understand how she lost her house. She just said when she got back from London, she couldn't go back in her house. Maybe she just, is leaving out parts of the story. But she said when she got back from London, she couldn't go back. She couldn't open the front door to her house. And that was the beginning of how she became homeless. That was how her homeless journey started. She over here following Melissa. She be following Melissa everywhere too. She said she didn't see Melissa in all kind of chats. I was like, God, why are you following her? She does have a lot of trauma. A lot. But Melissa, if you go live, please tell me so I can I need to go check on my plants in the back. Please tell me. As a matter of fact, let's walk back there while I'm thinking about it because when I get ready to go in the house, um, do I need to water? What happened back here? What is that? I'm like Cardi B. What is that? Okay. I hope that was just a wind that blew stuff over back here. Okay, y'all. I can't move too much because I need to come back here. It's been some snails back here. I see snail. Um, y'all all right? Yeah, y'all need some water. Something been back here because somebody done knocked over one of my plants. I think them little what is that? I think them skunks be coming back here at night. How y'all doing? Y'all all right? They're my new babies. They need some water. I'm gonna water them later on. Okay, I think everybody look okay. Y'all look all right. Ain't nobody in the kitchen. But what is this right here? Did that fall out the tree? Oh, look like it. Yeah, I gotta come back here and Looks like the wind blew over some of my pot. I do need to water. I'll probably water them this evening when the sun goes down. Let them get some sun, and then I'll probably water them later this evening. But everybody look decent. I done missed some of this stuff. I don't know. Believe that story. The lady is mentally unstable. I believe she had a mental break. Maybe she had a mental breakdown and she really wasn't homeless. She was in a mental institution. Maybe they were holding her. Maybe her family put her in a mental health facility and she wasn't really homeless. And she don't want to tell us that part. Her brother used to send her money until she cussed him out. She blames her brothers because of her current lifestyle. I think her brothers were like really mean to her growing up too. It doesn't sound like they had. My sister-in-law just sent me something, but I can't see it. It looks like they had a lot of issues. If you send her money, just don't try to talk to her. Just give it anonymously. Looking back, I made so many mistakes. I should have kept it all private. I was trying to be her friend. Child, I wouldn't send her ass a dime. Anonymously or in public. I wouldn't give her shit. The way she done treated other people, she cussed out everybody that give her money. I wouldn't give her a damn dime. I sure wouldn't. She wouldn't get shit from me. She done cussed out everybody that's tried to help her. Everybody that has tried to be her friend or, tried to have somewhat of a decent relationship with her, she done cussed them out. I wouldn't give her shit. And she not ever gonna get another opportunity to cuss me out. Never. Now she can go on her channel and say, whatever she wanna say, because I'm pretty sure she in this live. She is in this live, Melissa. So you know you gonna get cussed out again. Cause she is definitely in this live. If she not in this live, she gonna watch it. So you gonna get cussed out again, Melissa. This ain't the end of your getting cussed out. She gonna cuss you out again. So just be prepared. But I don't care about her cussing me out. Because I know when she cussed me out, it's the fact that she's jealous. And she be having the audacity to say that people are jealous of her. Jealous of what, girl? Girl, jealous of what? Because I don't think it's one person on the internet that will want to trade places with Connection ass. Like, Connection ain't got nothing that I will want. Nothing. So, I'm definitely, and she love to say that people are jealous of her. I have a brother that has issues and he does all kind of weird shit. I help him every once in a while. He pulls all kind of crazy stuff. The family has to avoid him and stay. Girl, I have a brother like that too. And I blocked his ass on all social media. I'm not going to deal with you. I won't even talk to him. He has to talk to his cousin, who I'm friends with on Facebook, to see how I'm doing because I have him blocked. I have him blocked on social media. I will not talk to him. because he has very serious mental health issues. And I'm not dealing with that shit. And he's an alcoholic. I can't deal with drunk and crazy. Hell no. Let me go in here and see what my sister-in-law talking about. She watches everybody she talks bad about. I don't understand why she think Melissa should only watch her. Yeah, like Melissa can't have no friends. Melissa can't talk to nobody but her. And if Melissa talk to anybody else, she gets to cuss Melissa out. That's crazy as hell. Okay, this sun is moving. We're going to have to go in the house because it's starting to get hot where I'm sitting. Melissa can't talk to nobody. Let me go. I'm nosy. Melissa can't talk to nobody but her. And if she talk to anybody else, she gets cussed out. That's not how friendships work. Melissa is grown. Melissa can talk to whoever she want to talk to. Shit. Let me go see what they. Oh, my husband gonna have to come out here and get this dookie. Gizmo got dookie everywhere in the grass. Cause I'm not cleaning up no dog dookie. You see the pictures?
I saw one.
Let me see. Cause I couldn't see it. Cause I'm on the phone.
What was just the one that she had? That one.
Eh, what they out there going down memory lane?
Sheila wants some pictures of Aunt Pink and I, so she going through and looking through.
Pinky's still alive, ain't she?
Well, yeah. So
Oh.
I guess Sheila's taking her home today,
Oh.
and yeah, he's desperately wants to go in that room.
Oh, well, let me go see if it still smells. I'll come get him. Hold on, but did he eat his breakfast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, he can come in here. Cause I had sprayed in. Y'all still there? Come on, buddy.
Huh?
He like, let me get up out of here. I want to go in my room. Go on. Go on. Open the door. This what you wanted? You want to come in here? You missed the mommy? Huh? Where y'all at? Be her friend. She is too damaged. She wants people to give without building a friendship. She don't even post the lady she was always shouting out on her community wall. She was mad the lady didn't tell her it was her birthday. Who was that? I know that now. I'm a slow learner. My gosh. She's long. And I didn't think the sun was shining on me. Well, maybe it's just the camera. So I'm finna go, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm pretty sure she probably gonna put up a video because I know she in here. I know she didn't watch this video and she didn't read these comments because she said that's what she do. She said she be going to people's comment section, reading the comments about her and stuff. And I don't know why she do that. Cause she know the comments ain't gonna be good. I would never read no comments, go to somebody else's comment section and read the comments about me. I'm gonna move all that stuff out your bed, okay? You want me to take that stuff out your bed? Why is all that stuff in my bed, mommy? Get all that stuff out. I am toys and stuff. I'm gonna fix your bed in a minute, okay? I shall we. I'll fix it. He looking at me like he is mad. Cause I piled all his toys up in his bed and he can't get in his bed. And he just sitting there looking. He's sitting there looking at his bed like. So let me go fix his bed and fix fix me something to eat because I'm hungry. Plus I'm gonna ask my husband. Um, see how nice I am. I'm gonna ask him what is he gonna eat for his lunch. Um, he don't do me like that. It's 2 o'clock. Let me go do that because he leaves at 3. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Probably have. I'm pretty sure she gonna post something. So we'll have something to talk about. And I think Diddy goes back to court tomorrow because he's going to appeal his bail thing. So I think he's going back to court tomorrow morning. So we'll talk about that too. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.